Hello everybody, I am Douglas E. Welch, and welcome back to another episode of WordPress Wednesday, our ongoing series to help WordPress beginners start to get the most benefit out of their WordPress installations, whether you're using WordPress.com or hosting WordPress on your own site. Now today we're going to talk about database backups. Now the way that WordPress works, of course, is that it separates the design of your website from the data that is stored in a database. Well, as you might imagine, backing up that database is of critical importance because if you lose it, you've lost all the posts on your website. So I'm going to show you how I back up my WordPress installations. There are a host of other methods, but I figure through my example, I'll give you one idea that you can then decide which backup source you want to use on your own. As with all things WordPress, the first thing we have to do is log into our WordPress dashboard. I'm going to do that here. Now this blog, I happen to notice, did not have any backup software installed. So the database was not being backed up in any automated fashion. So I figured this would be a great opportunity to show you how you install the backup plugin and how it operates. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our plugins listing here and we're going to say Add New. When we click Add New, we're given a little search box there. This searches the WordPress database of available plugins. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in the exact name as I know, because I actually, as you can see here, I looked it up a little bit earlier. WPDB Backup. We're going to search plugins. And there it is right there. Now the reason I do it this way is to make it as simple for you as possible. If you can install plugins from the WordPress system itself, you don't have to worry about transferring files up to your site, putting them in the right directory, or anything like that. WordPress will actually go about downloading that plugin to your site directly and activating it. So what we're going to do is we're going to say install now. Are you sure you want to install this plugin? Yes, we're going to say OK. Now what you might see there too, there is a host of other backup plugins and systems available to you, and I'll be providing some links to a few of the other backup alternatives on this video and also in future episodes. Now that the plugin is installed, we're simply going to click Activate. And now here's a list of all of our installed plugins, and you'll see that WordPress Database Backup is now installed. It even tells you to go to Tools, Backup, to get started. Well, we could easily go over to our tools menu here and the backup menu here, and it provides a handy dandy link right there in the plugin title to get you over there. When you first run WordPress database backup, it says, here's what I'm going to back up. Here are the databases I'm going to back up. And then you have some various options. The first set of options is, what do you want to do with the backup file? Well, you can store it back on your web server if you wish, which really isn't that secure. You do want to have a copy of your data elsewhere in case something were to happen to your web server. You can download it to your computer, or you can even email it to an active email address that you might have. So if you wanted to do an immediate backup of your system, you could simply click Backup Now, and it's going to start processing the backup of all the data in your WordPress database. What this includes is all the post information, the text, the tags, the categories, links, pictures, and so on, so that should you need to, you could move this WordPress installation to another web server or restore it if something bad happens. You notice at the end of the process it said preparing download, and then down here in our Chrome status bar you'll notice that now there is a nice little compressed file that it is backed up directly to my computer. Now actually the way that I tend to use WordPress database backup is through the scheduled backup options. I basically have it back up once weekly, and then I schedule that, and then I also select email backup, and I insert an email address here that I specifically set up over at Gmail simply to hold backup data from a variety of programs. In this way, since I have quite a bit of storage out there on my Google Gmail site, I can store up, I believe, to 25 gigabytes of information. And for most of my blogs, which aren't that large, I don't post that often, that should give me enough storage to last for several years. Once I've selected those options, I can click Schedule Backup. So when I click Schedule Backup, it then picks the next backup date and time 1 week into the future. In this case, it's telling me it's going to want to back up on Christmas night at 9:20 p.m. local time. At that time, the cron job or the chronology job on my WordPress installation will wake up. It'll see this task that wants to be done and it will process it and then simply email the backup file, very similar to the one I downloaded here, directly to my Gmail account. Once that scheduled backup's complete, I should see a new email in my Gmail inbox labeled with the name of the blog and the words database backup. You can put a reminder in your calendar if you wish to remind you when a backup should be done, so that if you don't see the backup appear in your email regularly, you can go and check to see if something has gone awry with the plugin. That's it for installing the WordPress Database Backup plugin on your WordPress sites. Again, this is only one method of doing it, but it should be an easy way to start backing up your data today. For more information, you can always visit the website Careers in New Media at douglasewelch.com/newmedia. For more information on WordPress, visit wordpress.com.